Morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Day number 3 of Business Analyst Batch 2. So, in the last 2 days, what we discuss is about who and what is business analysis and business analyst. It's BACCM core model we discuss, stakeholder we discuss, and we put little bit on the enterprise analysis part. But from now till the end of this course, we are mainly going to be discuss about the BA actual work. Before I come to this slide, or you read this slide and start putting your thoughts or building your mindset, if I say that you need to be moved or you want to buy a new house, what will be the steps? You want to buy a new house, what will be the steps? Give me the answer. You want to buy a new house.
Have a budget, do your
Okay.
research.
Okay. What else?
Decide on the location.
Okay. Go to all minute level as well. Just don't think high level. Go to
Okay.
minute level.
Understand my need, what I want,
Okay.
understand the requirement, and
Okay.
accordingly that uh, will go through every aspect of it's
What? Okay. Wait.
what
What? What is every aspect? This is what is my question.
what is the situation, what is the risk if that I will face at that time.
Mm-hmm. What else? Don't read this slide. What
No,
else?
I'm not reading it. I'm
I- I'm
thinking
I'm I'm
about
just
it.
I'm just telling that. Don't concentrate
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
slide now.
Does it have what I need? Can I afford it?
Nice. What else?
Have a conversation with your family.
Okay. What else? It might be maintenance. How good or low, sorry, how high or how cost is the maintenance of that house?
Is it worth it?
Yep. In case I like a bigger house, how I convince my family, how I arrange my budget. Might be I drop the idea not to buy a house, let's buy a big flat. So these all are your planning points,
Okay.
which you are plan and you are going to be monitor this. So as per the business analyst, BA Bob, if I show you this image again, we are here now. Requirement planning and the management, and this is the first step for a business analyst to start the work. I'm not saying you go and collect the requirement. No, requirement is not there till now. There is no concept of the requirement till now. This particular step is going to be discussed that to get a requirement, what I need to be planned and how I need to be monitor that. Okay, don't, because everybody, you know that getting the requirement is my core area. That is business analyst core area. But how to get a requirement? So this particular concept, this particular topic is discussed about BA planning and monitoring. What will be my approach? Like someone says, I have to talk to my family. Now, who is family? My stakeholders. How to talk to them. If I need more money to buy that house, to whom I have to be convinced? Is my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister, my husband, or my kids? This is what the strategy says, right? So in this part now, for the next 4 topics or 5 topics which we are going to be discussed, you will find these things similar manner. There will be some inputs, there will be some task, and there will be some output. To achieve this output, we have some guidelines and we have some techniques. Next 5 to 7 slides are only about these things, nothing else. Now, if I say, okay, let's go a little bit deep, then we'll understand. What this concept says, this concept is called requirement planning and management. How I can get a requirement, what I have to be take care if requirement get changed. Is anybody can request for a change? Is nobody can request for a change? If there's a change in the requirement, who will approve it? Remember, you are business analyst, you're not the business. You don't have authority to say yes or no to any requirement. Let's accept it as rejected. No. But you are the driver who bring everybody together to make a decision. This is what is the step says. So requirement planning and management knowledge area define resources and tasks associated with the planning and management. You did not buy the house till now. You are in the plan to buy a house. House might be another example. We are getting older now. Soon our kids will come in the age when they are getting married. And every parent wants that their kids should get married to the right person. And they should have a good marriage ceremonies as well. So you start planning that. I need someone for my son or daughter who might be doctorate, might be in the professor or in the professor domain, or might be in the healthcare, or might be in the law, might be in the professional services. You're planning it. You're not saying yes, you're planning it. So same thing is there, that how to get the requirement, you're making a plan for this one. And this particular area, these things matter. You have to plan the BA approach. Every team, when they play, either it's a football, soccer, rugby, cricket, hockey, anything, badminton, lawn tennis, where the team plays, they have an approach. Badminton, two-player team. One player says, I'll stay up front near to net. You can stay little backside. Their approach is there. But how this approach is going to be work? To build that approach, what are the factors that are going to be affect you? And if you have a good approach, then what will be the output? It is not necessary that you will win. It is not necessary that you will lose. But there are factors which impact the approach. Might be the day we are going to play. I get up late, my schedule get late, my bus has been missed, my mood has been spoiled. I'm not able to concentrate on the game. So these 5 tasks a BA need to be do only and only in this step. And these will be the output for these 5 steps. So in this area, in this domain, it is important to understand the key role. Select the requirement activities, managing the scope, and ongoing communication. Let's say there is example. For example, business analyst must determine if a company CIO is a stakeholder. Can you talk to CIO every day, every minute? Not possible. Might be once in a month you get only 10 minutes. Then you have to see that how to get the requirement from that CIO. Even though if it is he or she is your stakeholder. These kind of stuff has been planned here. Only planning. I'm again saying. So now the point is clear. The business analyst is not just gather the requirement. How to gather that requirement, the planning has been done in advance. See this slide. Yesterday we saw BACCA model, business analyst core concept model, and we see these 5-6 steps: change, need, solution, stakeholder, value. These 6 are getting changed in this particular step. So these 6 definitions will change, or I'll not say the change, will modify as per the context of the planning. Change, the act of transformation in response of need. But how this work in this particular area? Change means are responsible for determine how changes to the business will be requested or authorized. Who can request that, okay guys, I want to change this requirement, and who will authorize it? Solution, a specific way of satisfying one or more need. These are the standard definitions, but now I'm talking in the context of planning. Then the definition gets changed. Solution, evaluate if business analysis performance was a key contributor. Till now, I'm saying I want to get a requirement, but the question comes: is Atul, is Vidusha, is might be Sharmila, might be Josephine, might be Angela, are a good business analyst? How you determine that part? We should have some measurement to evaluate the BA as well. Value, the worth, importance, or usefulness of something. But in this context, conduct performance analysis to ensure business analysis activities continue a good results. Means value in this step, the value means if the BA doing the work in a better manner are able to give a value to the stakeholders. So the picture which you see here, like this, the same picture we have depicted here. To do these 5 steps, these are the input. Vidusha says, Atul, I will see what I need. Is my first input. I am a bachelor. I want just a 1-bedroom house. After 5-10 years, I'm getting married. I need 3-bedroom house, 2-bedroom house. Now I become a dad. I need 3-bedroom house. My need is changing. So my approach will be changed. My stakeholder will be changed. Till the time I'm bachelor, I'm the only one to take a decision. Now I'm married. My wife and their parents also is my stakeholders. And input is performance objective. What a business want to be achieved from the external perspective, from the market perspective. But how to complete this task? We need some guidance. We need some tool. We need some techniques. How you calculate that buying this house is a good option? Atul, I'll see that there must be some bank nearby. There must be some hospitals or the clinics nearby, mainly for the kids, pediatrician I can say. There must be 1 or 2 schools nearby, and there must be 2 or 3 shops, grocery shops nearby. These are the guidelines. How these guidelines will work? You do the brainstorming, you do the business case, you do the interviews with the different people, to discuss with the different people. Hey, are you staying in this area? Yes. How long? Oh, 10 years. Do you find any problem in this area regarding buses or grocery? No, 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 there is no problem. So these techniques will be used across these 5 steps. So now we are going to be entering the first task. So these 5 have a different pictures. So you can see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. And this is the topic for us for today. Clear everybody till now? Doubt or question? Good. Are you able to see this image very clearly, or anything little smaller in the size? I'm sure that is better now. Yep, that's good. This one. So only concentrate on this one. This is the first step, which says plan B approach. How to get a requirement? I have to put that approach. And I will not say only the requirement. I will say that how the BA work will be done. That can be requirement gathering, that can be documentation, that can be solution, that can be validation, that can be sign off, that can be stakeholder, anything regarding to the BA activities. So don't just say that a BA is requirement gathering. No, a lot need to be done. Important part is that a BA approach must be aligned with the overall change or overall goal of the program. You cannot work in silos. See, as a BA, I am an individual contributor, but I cannot work in the silo. So the approach which I'm going to be decide must align with the approach of the program as well. Number 1. What work you will going to be do? That is again align with the deliverables assigned to you or deliverable as per the bigger program. Okay, now to go in this particular part, what is the input to get to build this approach? My son is young now and on the age of marriage. I want that he should get married now. Believe me, I'm not that old now. Okay. What will be my approach to make sure that he get married within the next year or 2 and he settle down in a good family? This is my need. What is my need? My problem statement, my requirement. My not requirement. Requirement is a low level word here. My need, my problem, or my problem or my opportunity is my input. For that particular problem, I'm going to build an approach. Now, this is my main area. To build an approach, I will take some guidelines. But to build an approach, I have to be consider few elements. Number 1, my planning approach. How to plan my work. Shall I learn from my previous mistakes? Or shall I start completely fresh by saying I don't know anything in the what happened in the past and let's start as a new. So it can be a predictive approach or it can be an adaptive approach. When you plan, it can be predictive where you are predicting that this can be happen. Adaptive, what is happening, you're adapting that's all. You're not putting your previous experiences kind of things to be make it good. Might be Vidusha is new in the business analyst domain. She will use the predictive adaptive approach. Okay, things are moving. What is moving? I'm okay to adapt that. But Angela is an experience holder. She know that if I have to build something, I have to get the requirement from some customer. I need to make sure that these steps need to be understand first. So she is following the predictive approach. Second, which is important here, a BA must know that how much he need to be deliver. Neither less, neither more. Neither less, neither more. And in this area, when we talk about the predictive approach, specifically because see, even though these are the elements, but elements work together. Let me bring the full screen and we'll try to be write it. Give me a minute. Okay. So we are in the element. One is my planning approach. It can be predictive. Okay. When I say predictive, it means I am following the process before implementation to reduce or minimize my risk. So predictive says I am putting all the controls beforehand. Talk to the stakeholder, plan the workshops, send the agenda, all meeting invites, minute format, all the things are my predictive one. So that I can minimize the risk. But in the adaptive, it can be iteration format. As soon as we're reaching on the solutioning part, I'll start noting those things. In this part, do I need to go the formal way? Formality. Means everything you are going to be document in the standard templates. Or informal way. Just sitting with someone on the for the coffee and asking the information. That can also be done. Then when this task will be completed on a specific timings. Sorry, on a specific phases. Phase 1, ABCD, phase 2, XYZ, phase 3, UWX. So in this, I can say a phase wise in the predictive one. In the adaptive, no. In the adaptive, it will be like a iteratively. Every iteration, the same thing happen. Every iteration, the same thing happen. Every iteration, the same thing happen. Now, these are the two elements: planning approach and the formalities or the informal. What is the next concept? What is the next element which can, which can impact my approach? Timing of the BA activities. Can I do my work alone? No. I am a BA, I am a driver. My bus will only work when I have a people in that bus. It means in my approach, I will say, hey, this activity, requirement gathering will be closed in 4 days if I have a resources. What is the priority for these activities? Again, I'm not gathering the requirement. I'm planning that requirements now. How much complex and risk involved in my activity? Might be I want to do a integration project for my customer. And this is a 5 teams who need to work together on this integration. It's a complex. It's a risk too. If integration fail or did not work or did not able to implement, business lose the data plus financial loss out there. This is what the element I have to do. Also, it depends how big the change is. Only one team going to impact, 2 teams going to impact, whole company is going to impact, location is going to impact, region is going to impact. What type of, how big the change is. Also, sometime in this part we have to be consider the culture as well, because different countries, different people have a different culture. So we have to be respect the culture as well in this area. To do this particular analysis, to do this thing, that complex and risk, what is important? How experienced you are. Your experience matter here. As a business analyst, your experience matter here. Second, how much knowledge you have this particular topic or the context. Because I said you are the front face. You are experienced. Not like I am experienced person in BA domain. I can handle these big projects, no problem. And I have deep knowledge in the integration. From I to S, I know everything. Fine. So these are the 5 or 6 points we have to be these elements have to be considered while making the approach. And when the approach is going to be made, these are the points you have to be considered. Business analysis performance assessment. You need to be evaluate how I am performing. Business policies. I need to be defined the approach as per the policies, as per the contract, as per the legal stuff, as per the agreements. I cannot ask anybody to work beyond 5 o'clock in the evening. Doesn't mean that I am planning my work is getting, my timelines are getting tight, so I can ask people, hey, can you stay up to 9 o'clock in the evening to do this work? I cannot. because this is what my business policy says. What methodology and framework you're going to be use? Agile, waterfall, spiral, V. What type of model you're going to be use it? Your judgment matter here. You can take the inputs from the other team members as well. And stakeholder engagement. See, these are in the dotted box. These might be ready for you as of now. These might not be ready as of for you now. Might be stakeholder engagement approach. It is not ready till now with me. This is the second step we are going to be use it. So once a BA get the elements and the approach will be ready. By using this approach, if you can see 3.3334442, these all are the upcoming slides actions. So next 5 steps will have a same picture, but the text will be different. The pattern is same, but text will be different. So when you get the approach, then you can plan stakeholder engagement. You can plan governance. You can plan the illustration. You can plan the current state. You can see the stakeholder collaboration. You can define the risk. You can define the change strategy. But to reach up to these points, you need a good business analysis approach. And to do this particular part, we can follow these techniques. Few of the techniques I can say is called the brainstorming. Sit together, put a problem statement on the board and try to put the answers for that. What approach should we follow? Adaptive or predictive? Might be in my team I have a 10 BAs. Atul, my experience says adaptive is good. No, my says predictive is good. In the adaptive, we can go for iteratives that more better every time we can connect. So we're doing the brainstorming here. Second, it can be the business case. What is written in the business case? What assumption, what deliverables, what risk they have mentioned in the business case. Let's read that as well. My business case says you have 1 year to implement these 5 modules. Oh, that is good. Nothing else to be discussed. Good, I'm clear that what I have to do. So I can make my approach according to my business case. I have to be seen or to be considered financials as well. While making my approach, is it a cost effective or not? You can conduct the workshops with a different BA itself. Guys, what do you think? This is what my problem statement is there. What do you think? What should be done? Also, so 3 things are there. One is element. Second is third, who is your main stakeholder in this step? Who are the stakeholder in this step? Your project manager is one of the stakeholder who want to know your approach. Your sponsor. Make sure what approach you're building is aligned with the approach or the goal or the vision or the mission of the sponsor as well. So this is the step number 1, which says plan the BA approach. Now I am ready that my approach will be adaptive. It means it is going in the iterative format. I will document everything in the formal manner, in the standard documentation. My change is very big. My risk is very good, very big. I need resources which I have a list with me now. Once you are ready, the second step says how to bring your stakeholder together. We are going step by step. You have a thought to buy a house. Might be did little groundwork. Now you have to put that idea in your family members as well. This is plan. See, all this contains word plan. How you are going to be engage the stakeholders. So the output for this is this. Now this output will become the input for this one. If my change is big, I need a good stakeholder engagement. If it is involve a big risk, I have to make sure that my stakeholders and to whom I have to be approached, I should know well in advance. So in the second step, this, which says plan stakeholder. Now what do you think? What is required to plan a stakeholder engagement? You want to buy a house? That's nice. You got the idea? Yes. You do little research? Yes. Now, how you will put that idea in your family members' mind? Generally, the best time is when complete family is sitting for a dinner or the lunch. Then these topics come in the picture. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a car, or I want to buy a bike. I want to go abroad. I want to do this thing, or I want to become this thing. So inputs are clear. I still have a need, but now that need has a proper approach. And I need to be work on the engagement. Because there are few things which a BA can do with the relationship as well. This particular step says that I have to, as a BA, I have to plan an approach to establish and maintain a good and effective working relationship. Effective and working relationship. Someone says, Atul, it happens sometime. Atul, I am little crunch of the money now. Can I pay the fees after 5 days? Okay, you can pay it. What is this? This is relationship. Because I know that person is good. I know him personally. That's fine. So in this step, we're going to be see that how I can make a good working relationship. It doesn't mean that you have to be go every time with the stakeholder for the dinner or for the drinks. No, that's not required. That is one part I can say, but that is not the only case. If I want my sister will convince with my idea, then I have to have a good relationship with her. I have to understand her problem, give a solution so that she can understand my problem and give my solution. So in this area, what are the inputs? Need, still share, approach is ready now, which is coming from step number 1. In this particular part, the first thing, the first element, it says perform stakeholder analysis. What this mean? This mean you have to be see that who is directly or indirectly involved in this particular program, in this particular project, in this particular requirement. You have to be identified. Might be your boss says, hey, this is what the SOW says, and you have to be start working on the planning on this requirement gathering. Okay, boss, who is my stakeholder? These are the product owners. These are the technical team. Now you have to be see that out of this 5 product owner, who is the directly impacting with this change? Who is getting directly impacted? You have to make a good relationship with that particular stakeholder. So here we do the analysis part. And to do this particular part, you can follow the approach which I discussed yesterday. Eagle, elephant, lion, rabbit, penguin, hippo, cat, dog. So you can perform that stakeholder analysis here. To know that who is who and who can help you, because in this particular part, the important thing is that you should know that who hold the decision authority as well. Boss, I did a meeting, but I'm not able to get the sign up from the team. Okay, don't go to the team, go to the team manager then, who have a signing authority. Put your presentation in front of him and your work done. How you come to know? Because you have this exercise done. Like when I work on this domain, we generally say that he is my counterpart from the customer side. What this mean? This mean that if nobody is moving forward, I can approach this particular person and he is responsible to give me a authority or to give me a acceptance or rejection on a particular activity. He hold a decision part. Now, when you're identifying the stakeholder, you have to be see that what role they're playing in this program. Are they sponsor, product owner, platform owner, support guys, operation guys, technical? Who are they? What role they are doing? That is also important. Third point, what is their attitude? Are they actually willing to accept the change? Are they not willing to accept the change? Are they have a same interest to build this change or less interested? Or they always cribbing it? Why we are using, why we're implementing this thing, why we're doing this thing, why we're doing this thing? That is also important. It is well said, right? A dirty fish can make the pond dirty. Only one dirty fish can make a pond completely dirty. Same thing, if one stakeholder have a low interest or negative interest in this change, he or she can impact everybody very quickly. So we have to see this particular part here. Then, who has the power to influence? This is all what we have discussed yesterday. All the points you have to take it again. And how you come to know these things? By meeting the different people. Okay, guys, I know that we are starting this project with you. Can I have one-to-one meeting with you to understand their nature, their thoughts about the change, their role, their involvement? So these are the elements, stakeholder analysis. Then you can say what role, what attitude, who is having the power and influence, who is the decision authority. All these things you should know. Even you can say escalation authority as well, to whom you can escalate next. Then these are the part of only this thing. Second step or second element, stakeholder collaboration. How effectively we can collaborate with other stakeholders. Might be my stakeholders are based out in UK. I am also based out in UK. It is easy to collaborate because we're logging the same time, we're logging off the same time. We're in the same city, we can plan in-person meetings as well. To make the collaboration more effective, what tools we have? Do we have any common shared point? Do we have any kind of a wiki pages? Do we have any kind of a Teams channel? It's all about the collaboration. Collaboration doesn't mean that we are working together. No, collaboration means how we are communicating as well. This is what the third step. Communication need. Communication need. What need to be communicated? Being a business analyst, this is important to be understand. You should communicate only a relevant information to your stakeholder. More communication can spoil the things, and less communication also hamper the things. What need to be communicate? Who is my right audience? How frequently I have to be communicate? Weekly, monthly, yearly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, daily, hourly. These all things need to be done. You cannot meet the CIO every day. CIO I can meet only once in a month. These things need to be defined, but product owner I can meet anytime because he's my counterpart. We have to work together. To do this engagement, to follow these elements, I have a performance assessment. How I am performing. How I am performing. Change strategy. Evaluate your stakeholder engagement every time. Might be after three months, 6 months, that how I am approaching to my stakeholder. Are they happy with my work, with my relationship or not? And what is the current state? When I joined this project, stakeholder engagement was not there, but now it has been improved. But these areas is still lacking. So this is what the guidelines. And how to build this approach? Same. You can do the brainstorming. You can check or you can make kind of a mind maps. You can observe the people by meeting them. You can do the business rule analysis. Basically, this says that this is what I can say. This is a way to use to identify stakeholders who were the source of a business rules. Means who are the driver of the business. So multiple techniques are there, but generally what I can say in my experience, we use brainstorming, business case, observations, interviews, kind of things we do to analyze this part. Now, once my elements are ready, And who is my stakeholders here? Customer, SME, end user, project managers, sponsor, supplier, all are my stakeholders. All are my stakeholders, and I have to make sure that I have a good relationship or have a good engagement with them. Once my engagement process approach is ready, then I can use this approach to do my next part. Clear till this point? Doubt, question? Angela, Vidusha, or Josephine? Clear or doubt?
It's good. Thank you.
Okay. Now the last part. Only one more topic we do, and then we'll close this topic tomorrow. Now you have a approach ready that how to do BA activity, how to engage my stakeholders. Now the third part come, how to govern this particular stuff. Governance is important. And the third step says plan, business analyst governance. Why governance? Might be some stakeholders going out, a new stakeholder is coming. Someone says, no, I want to communicate more. I want to change this requirement. I'm changing my role. How you will govern this part? That is come in the governance. And governance, the main input is need. The main input is need. To plan the BA governance approach, what else has been included in the governance? I can say how the business analysis work will be prioritized. Business, I'm not saying the requirement, I'm saying the business analysis work will be prioritized. What will be the process? If someone says, hey, can we do these meetings instead of weekly to the bi-weekly now? Because you will not believe, but these things get captured when the project is getting started. Monthly monthly reporting on the requirement. Weekly meeting a weekly meeting on the sprint. Quarterly meeting on the business review. These things has been defined and agreed with the customer when these things kicked off. Now customer saying, hey, can we do this monthly meeting at least twice in a month? But it was not agreed. Now who can propose this change? And who can accept this change? Or who can approve this change? These things come under the governance. When you are diverting from your original plan and you want some addition or deletion, the governance is needed. And how that will be handled, that is what the approach says here. Who has the authority to approve these changes if something come after the agreement? To do this particular part, yes, okay. Sorry, this one. That is what I'm thinking, that why this image looks same to me. Okay, this one. This. Okay. Now, what are the elements here? Means what point you have to be considered while making this plan for the governance. Number one, decision making. What this mean? How a decision will be initiated. Someone come to my desk and say, can you make a change? Someone send a formal email. Someone will raise a request. How the decisions will be initiated. Because decision will be changed. That is important. It is not like you fix 5 things and 5 things will be work till the end of this project. Changes are coming every day. To make this decision, who will be involved in the decision making? And how you decide this? You decide this because you have your engagement. You know that who is my stakeholder. So that is it says when you come on this, you can do the governance. See that impact on the governance. So from here you can find who is involved in the decision making. Who is my subject matter expert? Who will review my decisions or who will review these decisions initiatives? Number one. Number two, which is important for us, change control process. Because now you are diverting from the original agreement. There must be a change process. Till the time, Atul, you're saying that you want to buy a 1-bedroom house. Now you're saying you want to buy a 2-bedroom house. There's a change. How to control that change? What is the process? That is important. Number one, in this we have to be defined that what is process to request for a change. Is it can be done only in the weekly meetings, in the QBRs, in the monthly meeting? What is the process to request for a change? It is a complete change, small change, specific size of change, team change, cost change, efforts change, required resources change, what type of change it is. That is my second element of change. What you are changing? You are changing the requirement, resources, meetings, schedule, or my stakeholders. And in this, the element, it is important to be understand what is the cost of making this change now. Might be you kick off a project 9 months back, and now you're saying, no, we want to change this thing now. Sorry, boss, this cannot be done. If it is required, I have to rework everything. So while making this governance process, you have to be consider the cost as well. Cost, if there's a cost, then there's a benefit. Might be this particular change bring a lot of benefits. We have to we can do it. What is the risk if I make or did not make this change in the element? And the last, the priority of making this change. Now we got the process, we got the element. Now the next element had to be considered that how this change will be prioritized. Again, I'm saying we are the business analysts, we're not the business. But we support business to making this prioritizing possible. So we have to be defined that how the change will be prioritized. if I am making a change, it will be documented. Again, if you're changing, you have to be documented. For the BA, documentation is the key. If you want to make a single line change, document it and get a sign off from the customer. As agreed, as discussed, as you said, as you requested, we are going to make the change in this particular table or this particular field. Please provide a sign off so that we can proceed further. You're documenting it. Now, documentation done. How to communicate this change to stakeholders? बताओगे तो सही. Angela says, Atul, can you make a change in the timings of this batch? I have to be communicated to everybody. How I need to be communicated? Can I use the WhatsApp? Can I use the email? Can I use the call itself? So you have to be tell that how you're going to be communicated via meetings, might be flyers, might be some emails, might be in-person meetings. What will the process? And the last, who is going to be authorized this change? Again, your stakeholders will be there. The change control process is very much important because this is your day in day out work sometime. We work in the agile format, agile framework, where requirements get changed in every sprint. So you have to be take care of that requirements, to be control that requirements. You can implement the different prioritizations approaches to make sure that a change will be prioritized. But these are the 5 to 6 elements are important in my governance process. How to get the approval for this change? What is the process? Do I need to make a change in the agreements? Do I need to make a change in the contract? Do I make a change in the SOWs? Do I make a change in some documentation? Do I need to be update the SharePoint site? Do I need to update the conference sites to get the approval? Do we have a formal in-person meeting to get approval? Do we have to go up to the CIO level to make a change to get it approved? This is the plan for approvals. That how you can plan to get approvals if changes are coming. And to do this part, we have to follow guidelines. Here, important part is that this thing, legal and regulatory information. Not, I'm on the right side. This one, sorry. Business policies and legal is still there. Might be the change is coming due to some legality, regularity, compliance stuff. So that I have to be understand that what guidelines it provide. Can I make a change? I can see what legality says, what my contract says. Contract says that if there's a change in the requirement in the first 2 weeks, it can be accepted, but after 2 weeks, it need to be moved to the next quarter only. That is my agreement or my contract says. So once you do this particular part, you are making your governance approach. To get this particular part, we have a techniques, same techniques, brainstorming. Generate a list of the stakeholders and then identify that who need in approval, who need in the prioritization, who need a decision making, who need to be communicate. Lesson learned. Something which I learned from my previous company, previous experience is that if we make a change at the later stage, it's going to impact a lot of people, stakeholders, and they are resistant into accept that change. What was agreed earlier, what is coming now? Item tracking. So we maintain sometimes we maintain an Excel sheet where all the requirements has been mentioned. And then we update, okay, this requirement has been changed now. And in this domain, my 4 stakeholders are important. One is my SME, because SMEs can be requested for a new change. Second, my sponsor, he's paying money, so he can say, I want to make a change in this particular requirement or this particular place. My regulators, compliance team, security teams, regulatory teams, bodies, Jyoti. They can say, no, 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 no. Now this rule has been come. You have to be implement this particular part in this particular domain. So these are my stakeholders, and when this has been done, I'll be ready with my formal documentation of the governance approach, which contain all these points. Who can request, how request can be done, how to prioritize, and how to make a decision, and how to communicate. Clear, everybody? So governance, and tomorrow we'll pick up that how to store that information, where to store that information, that is information management, and last will be my performance, BA performances improvements, not the activities, only BA performance improvements are there. Clear, Angela, Vidusha, and Josephine?
Thank you.
Let me stop recording and take attendance now.
Thank you.